I have to. Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys for joining us. And as you can see, I have my good friend Casey back with us. So this is going to be a lot easier than doing it by myself. so we are back at full force. So I appreciate you guys coming back to join us. I appreciate the feedback, that we got last week. Um, so we're going to get into our subject for tonight, which is expectations. But before we do that, there's something that I brought up last week that I really want to get your input on. So I was talking about good people, bad people, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But we were talking about good people, bad people. And I guess what I wanted to know was you have people who go to the army, you have people who work for the government, you have people who do all these things. And so if I'm in the army or if I'm in the armed forces, and I'm doing as I'm told, and my commander says, go out there, hold the line, take down anybody that comes, what kind of person is that? Is that a good person? Am I taking orders, even if it goes against what the Bible says? Or because there are wars, there are wars in the Bible too. So just I just want to know where you stand on
that. I feel like, and this is just my opinion, because the word does tell us that there's a time for everything. There's a time for everything. And I think when wars are taking place for the proper reason, then yeah, I think we have the responsibility to discern what we're doing and what we're doing it for. A lot of people go to the military and they're afraid of being court-martialed because they may refuse to do something.
Right.
But I think the highest law is above all law. And that's just my understanding of it. The highest law is above all law. You are taking orders, but I don't know if it's just something that will spiritually be forgiven unless you ask for forgiveness.
Yeah.
I think you can be in the military and take lives and ask God for forgiveness. And I just realized that we got to meet our maker. Right. And God is a forgiving God.
Right.
He is a forgiving God. There's some of the most heinous criminals on the face of the earth. They very well might make it to heaven.
Right. I was told by someone that you're going to be amazed, Lord willing, make it to heaven. You're going to be amazed at who you see in heaven. Not everybody that we think are what we define as good people will make it. So I found that interesting. And that's something that I want to get back to, especially when we're together, when we can talk that good people, bad people is something I want to come back to when we have time to think about it and do a little bit of research. So appreciate your comments and I respect what you say. So yeah, we'll come back and visit that. Hold on for just 1 second. Okay. So everybody, today's topic is expectations. So let me kind of tell you how this came up. Casey saw a video and he sent it to me, and I'm gonna give you a real briefer on it. A woman was on a panel. There was a panel, and they were asking people in the crowd. Actually, they let the crowd give them explanations, and this woman said, her husband pays all the bills. He takes care of everything. She has a job. She makes more than he does. But her complaint was he doesn't seem to have any ambition. And she wanted him to have ambition to, I guess, want more and do more. Mm-hmm. And so the panel, their response, which would have been my response, is, you have a man that loves you. He's there for you and the kids. He's paying all the bills. Um, he's doing everything that a loving husband would do. But since he doesn't have the ambition that you think that he should, whatever that means, then you have a problem with it, or she had a problem with it. Now, when we discuss this tonight, we're going to come from all different kinds of angles. But let me speak to that one first. With that particular situation, she said she made way more than he did, but he pays for all the bills and whatever money she makes, which is more than him. he should still be more ambitious and I guess go out and want to do more. So my personal opinion, he's in trouble. Her husband. And let me tell you why I think her husband is in trouble. Because I actually know people, I've known couples who were like this, and it has never ended well. And you might say this is an extreme case, and I got to think that she's kind of extreme because the man is paying all the bills. And when I say man, whoever, he's paying all the bills. She's making more than him. She gets to spend the money on whatever she wants. She gets to go out and do whatever she wants to with her money, and she's still not happy with him. That one deal alone for me shows that you aren't happy. You just aren't happy because you're looking for things to make you happy. Because if you really loved him, you'd be like, wow, you're doing all this and we're together. So her mind is in the wrong place and he is definitely in trouble. All right, cuz, give me your opinion.
Yeah, definitely. That's the same opinion I have. I think so many people are living life for other people. They're living life for other people, and they blame it on we've grown apart, we fell out of love. When a person's expectations aren't met, they try to find ways to weasel out of it. But, and I always will revert to scripture. Love is patient. Love is kind. It's long suffering. It endures all. It's endless. It's forgiving. It's hopeful. There are so many things within a relationship that are built on the expectation of other people. I feel like in that sequence, I don't know the whole situation, but like you said, she felt like he wasn't ambitious. Apparently, he didn't want to go after what she wanted to go after. But this is the problem with people not understanding what real peace is. Sometimes you just need to be happy with where you are. Enjoy what you have. You have a husband or a wife that comes home every day. They ain't all in the streets. They ain't partying. They ain't taking trips without you. They ain't spending money that you don't know about. They're not frolicking around. That's something that some people feel like is a boring life. Is a boring life. But a man that's disciplined, his ambition could just very well be the best husband, be the best father that I can be. Period. Not make the most money. The most money does not make you a success. And truth be told, if he was more ambitious, she'll probably be upset because his ambition would take him away from her a lot more. But
absolutely,
the grass is always greener on the other side. But I don't know, I don't know the dynamic of their relationship. Maybe she's a judge and he's a plumber. Maybe she's
I understand where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stretch my mind to that because I heard her say he pays for everything. And I understand, she's a judge, he's a plumber, and the whole deal. But whatever judge money you're making, you get to do whatever you want to, and he's doing. And she said, he's a loving husband. He's this isn't one of those deals where he paying, but he out frolicking with all these other women and whatever. That was not the case. They asked her, if I'm not mistaken, if he was a good husband. he was good. If I'm not mistaken, he was good on all counts, and he was there for them, her and the family. It's just that he wasn't ambitious enough, and that's why I said he's in trouble, because
Yeah, definitely.
unless her mind, unless she, I can't in that particular situation. I can't. I cannot. And I try to keep an open mind. I do. I try to keep an open mind with, but all I can say is he's in trouble. I mean, if he truly loves her, because right off the bat, I'm questioning her love for him, because as you stated, it's not about love, it's about things, it's about want. And once you get there, for most people like that, it's never enough. It's never enough, because
And that's just general life. I think so many people aren't just happy with the nice home, the peaceful home. That you see somebody ride through the neighborhood in a 2025, the biggest BMW, the biggest Mercedes, and all of a sudden I'm no longer happy.
yeah,
I want that, and it's like, when will we ever get to a place where we can just be happy with where we are? The amount of men that I hear talk about the situations, and it's not that this not for women, bashing women, because a lot of men are very self-seeking and selfish and want things,
absolutely,
and they just,
absolutely.
I've heard men say that's my truck. That's like, I I, I don't know. I don't know. What works for your home works for your home, but there is a giving up of yourself when you choose to be in a relationship. And a lot of the signs that this woman, he in trouble just simply because she got up in public and said all of this.
I
No,
mean, yeah, yeah,
he definitely in trouble. I mean, he's in trouble because I'm sure he knows how she feels. Like, how would she feel if he said, you're not in shape enough?
yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. And
That's
it will go crazy. But I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna flip it.
yeah.
I'm gonna flip this with, there are women who, okay, they make more, and they have a dude who sits at home and don't
Mm,
do nothing.
mm,
And when he's not
mm.
doing nothing, and then she puts up with it, and so the expectations can be real because you have a bum there. And a man who sits and let his wife go out, of course, there are situations where somebody's hurt, they're on disability. I understand that. I understand that. But the man who sits at home and let his wife, and I know people gonna say you sexist and you whatever. Okay, that's cool. I'm good with that for
That's
right now. But what I can't stand is a sorry man. I can't stand sorry men. And for a man to sit at home while his wife goes out and earns a living, and there's physically nothing wrong with you, but you come home and she comes home and you haven't done anything. And it's like, I'm looking for jobs. Look, if you need to work at, no, I was gonna say, it doesn't matter, fast food restaurant. I don't care. You have to do something, because that's kind of the responsibility of, because I know women who have done it also. Trust me, I'm related to some of them who will defend a sorry man and make excuses for him time and time again, and he just sits there and he allows this, because to me, man at all. And again, no people, no men who sit at the house
I agree.
and don't do nothing. I can't stand it because it drives me crazy.
A man that doesn't work doesn't eat. A man that doesn't work doesn't eat. And if you're a woman out there complaining about the man that doesn't work, he probably was the man that wasn't working before you chose to be with him, and you knew it. You were either enamored, you just wanting to have somebody sexually. You were looking over all the signs other than looking for the right signs. You were overlooking everything. And sometimes men just aren't men because they haven't learned how to be a man. And it shouldn't take a woman or a parent or anyone else to push you into manhood.
I
I
agree.
mean,
I agree.
quite honestly, man, it's hard for everybody. It's hard for everybody. But if you got these and you got this and you got life, health, and strength, you can be making money. If you're not, then I think you should struggle to eat. I really do. I think you should. I
I
think you should
agree.
struggle to eat because that will birth that lion in you. When you ain't got, you'll
But
find how to go get it.
but but it's different these days, because
It's
you would
different.
you would
It's
think that there would be like, you know what? Oh man, I got to go and do something. You got some people who can just live like, you got men who can just live like that. You just have men.
yeah.
I go to my mom's house. I go to my friend's house.
And that's the thing. That's what I was just going to say. They can do that because there's still other exits for them.
Yeah, they got enablers.
There's still somebody. One person can't say no. It has to be everybody. That's
Yeah,
like, nah, you got to go get it, man. You
but
got
I
to
mean,
go get it.
but you got some dudes who are just good looking. He's a good looking guy and can go from woman to
Yeah.
woman to woman. You got some
Yeah.
guys who I guess are great in bed and they can go from woman to woman to woman because he's whatever. And of course,
Right.
you have some women who, oh, this is gonna be bad. If you look good and you fine and you whatever, there's a man out there who will take care of it. It just is the way. That's just the way it is. I know people don't like.
Mhm.
That's just the way that it is, because
Mhm.
you can look at the sports stars that we have. You can look at them, and you have women who go from sports star to sports star because they're accustomed to a certain way of living, and they're willing to give up their body, their minds, their spirit. They're willing to give it all. They're willing to give up all of those things
Mhm.
just so I can get things. So, oh, I don't have to have any self-respect. Whatever. I'm living in a $2 million house, and if he dumps me, I'm gonna stay in shape enough. I'm gonna do this so I can get another one.
You get another one.
And we'll do it every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we just
No, that's a truth that's in front of us. We see it every day. We see it every day. So it's a matter of self-respect. The expectations that people put on other people are just unfair.
true.
I truly believe you got to learn how to love yourself before you can love somebody else. And that's the problem with a lot of people. They haven't taken the time to love themselves. They don't even know who they are. You know,
Yeah.
people don't really like describe yourself. Don't tell me about your accolades. Don't tell me about those things. Describe who you are. Tell me about you.
It's funny you should say that, because we had a family friend who was dating. She was out there dating. She was out there dating, doing her thing or whatever. And we were friends. And we said, "Hey, tell us about this guy." And the first thing she said, "Well, he works at whatever and he makes this." And I said, "That dog." So when I'm asking that question, and the first thing you go to is what he makes and what he does, it's like,
Yeah.
it's just is what it is.
Well, and the other thing is being involved in any type of relationship. There are certain types of love, of course. The unconditional love is the greatest of all, of course.
Absolutely.
That's love without condition. Because if you love someone because of something, that's conditional love.
Yes.
That's one of the most. First of all, that's the question. That's a trap in any conversation. Like, why do you love me? Okay, so if I tell you I love you because of the way you look, it's conditional.
Yep.
If it's because of the way you walk, it's conditional. Now, all of that can be rolled into one. That doesn't mean that that's not what brought me your way.
Right.
But over time, if you don't have any of this, still love you. If it's not what it was 25, 30, 40, 50 years ago, I still love you. A lot of people don't. Nah, you walk with a limp now. You had a stroke. You got you got bad acne now. You know, you don't have a job now. You
Yeah.
don't look as good. You know, and people may not say none of that stuff, but they'll pick at other things when something else is the real reason.
So you brought up a good point. You brought up a good point just then, and that point is when you're married, you're going to go through things. Anybody who say we don't fuss, we don't whatever, that's you're lying
Yeah,
or
that's a lie.
you're
That's
lying.
a lie.
But you're going to go through things. So when I say you don't have a job, I might get laid off. I might be whatever. So I don't want it to come across as you might not have a job sometime. I'm not saying that because you might not. You might get whatever. But if you sit at home doing nothing and you're not trying to improve yourself, because your spouse will know, man or woman, they're going to know if you actually trying to do better. Because if I lost my job and I'm going out and I'm playing golf and I'm doing all these different things and I'm not trying to find a job, that's different from baby, I'm going to work at Walmart and I'm going to work at these places. Nothing wrong with working at Walmart, but what I'm saying is, you work at a fast food restaurant. You will do whatever you have to do.
Whatever you have to do.
I'm going to get 3 jobs. I'm going to do this so that I can provide. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to do what I have to do. There's a difference between that and between a bum staying at home playing video games while his wife is out there, and I can't go pick up the kids because I'm tired. I woke up late. I can't go pick up the kids from school. I can't do nothing. But you aren't doing anything. Oh, right. I know, but I'm depressed about what's going on, and I just can't do that. You can play video games, or you can go play golf. You can do these. You can do all those things,
right?
And you can't help out. So there's a difference there. And when I say people who don't have men who don't have jobs or whatever, so please take that with love, because I'm not saying, because there are sorry men. There are sorry men who will take advantage.
Sorry men, sorry women. Yeah, it's both.
Absolutely. Yeah. But we have to have real expectations of what you're looking for. Now, the situation we told at the very beginning of the thing, that dude is in trouble. It sounds like they've been married for a long time. You can't tell me that he didn't know who he married, because but you also have people who friends get something, and it's like, oh my gosh, she can't have that, and I not have that. So I need you to work 2 more jobs so we can get that. So we can do that. Again, I know people who have done it. I know people who have done it.
Well, don't you think you would know if you courted for real? If you courted for real.
Yes.
And that's the problem with a lot of people. They never actually court. Meaning, I'm taking time to get to know you inside and out. I want to know all about you. I want to know how you operate around your friends, how you operate around your family, how you operate around your coworkers. I want to take the opportunity to know who you are before there's a next step. People take the next step in 2 weeks.
That's right.
Because they like the car that you took them out in. They like the place that you went to. They like the way that you smell. They are ready to commit to anything because there is something, and I just want part of it.
Yeah.
But courtship, guys need to take their time and find out when you got just a hungry woman. Women need to take their time and find out when you got just a hungry man. Some of the men only want that one thing. Let's just be real about it. If you look good and you're exposing yourself and they can see every curve and every crevice, then they probably really, really daydreaming about, whoa, cover up, man. Have some modesty. That don't mean you got to walk around in a doggone head to bottom. I'm just saying. Here we go. Now you're gonna get in trouble.
In trouble. I am. I'm getting in trouble. Okay. So, and it's about what you just said. So you get in trouble too.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get in trouble too. I've heard this commentary of women should be able to wear what they want and not be looked at as a sex symbol. Okay, a sexual whatever.
Mhm.
So what is being said? If she decides to come out in a bra and a thong on, that's on you. I'm wearing that because that's who I am. That's why I'm comfortable. And if you have nasty thoughts, that's on you. You shouldn't be thinking that way. And society is trying to do it where we should do whatever we want to do, and you shouldn't be thinking any thoughts about it because that's on you. Are
That's
you? Are
that's a
you?
bunch that's a bunch of crap.
It is. That's mess. Again, a
That's a
lot of
bunch of
people
crap.
don't. A lot of people don't like that because they say just because. And this is not what I'm saying. If a man get caught for doing something to a woman that he shouldn't have done, and he say, "Well, it's what she had on, and so I had to do whatever." No, I'm not saying that because
No, that's not the same. Yeah.
it's not the same thing. It's
Nah.
not the same thing. So it's not like me allowing my daughter to go out in this most skimpiest thing in the world and say, you know what? She's becoming her own person. She makes her own decision. No, you're my daughter. You shouldn't wear that because men are going to be looking at you in such a way. And if somebody put the mess in your head that she should be able to feel comfortable with how she wants to and she want to walk out and do, no. And I know.
Problem is, Mike, is that grandmama them, mama them, this new generation, they've taught them that's how to get a man.
True.
That's how to get a man. You got to get his attention somehow, right?
Yeah.
You got to get his attention somehow. You can't just carry yourself with modesty and have integrity and have good conversation and just be pleasant and kind. Who goes for that? I got to see something, right? Right? You're dead wrong. Because any man who has, DM'd and text or come in your, in your space because of what you're wearing, you're going to be an object to him.
That's right.
It's got to be more.
Right.
It's got to be more. And women need to quit being fooled, and men need to quit fooling themselves. If men, we drive it. If we stop paying attention to all the half nakedness, if men would stop paying attention to that and pay attention, they see the brothers that are doing well in life and carry themselves well, no matter your background or your ethnicity, but they see us going for a classy woman, a woman carrying herself just right. But what they see so many men going after that foolishness, and it's only for a time being. That's why they're getting all. Y'all, if I offend you, I'm sorry. I offend you, I'm sorry, but we've given you the email. We told you to comment, and you can say what you want. We just talking. Yeah. All right? Yeah, but you're spending all that money, getting all these BBLs and these lifts and love yourself. Health is different. Some people have challenges where they can't get to a healthy weight. There are so many, especially in our culture, there are so many things that we die from just simply because we're overweight. Yeah. I get all of that. But you buying your body. How many BBLs just came out not too long ago? I want to know how many relationships. I want to know how many relationships and marriages last with somebody who's bought their assets. That's a different discussion. That's a good study. But expectations, what you display is what I'm going to expect. What you display, but if you display kindness, if you display Proverbs 31, a woman that's after God's heart, and I know everybody don't want that. Everybody, some people want to, well, the old word, I'm showing my age. Now, some people want to tramp. Some people want to thought. Some people, but I guarantee you they don't want to marry you. Yeah. I guarantee you they don't want to marry you. Yeah. So you're going to be a 50, 60, 70-year-old thought by yourself. Some people want that stuff for a moment. That ain't longevity. That's not longevity. But anyway, man, we've talked again. It's good to be back. I'm glad you're back. Absolutely. Y'all, please, again, send all your questions, your comments. Y'all know where we at. We ain't hard to find. We have moved to a new night. We're going to try to be on at 7 o'clock on Thursdays. So drop in, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like. You know, just don't be disrespectful. Don't come at us wrong. You can come at us how you want to, but just be respectful. We can deal with everything else. All right. So again, the Let's Talk with Casey and Mike. It's been good. We'll see you all next week. If thus said the Lord. Y'all take it easy.
Love you guys. Take care.